Hello everyone, this is Judith. Very warm welcome to the channel. Yeah, we're talking about your twin flame journey, and I really want to pay attention to spirit, see what messages come through, and I also have something that is already a little bit prepared to talk about, because I'm going through processes on my own journey, as you know, and I learn, I'm here, right, to develop kind of techniques, or to bring together different methods, different tools for you, so that you can navigate your journey then, right? And then I can, for example, also do one-on-one sessions and really go to the healing that needs to happen, right, to the next step on your spiritual journey really quickly, and really first of all determine things quicker and also resolve things quicker, right? That's what my work, that's what I'm doing, what I'm sharing with you. Yeah, and so I'm on a kind of a journey as well, yeah, and just constantly learning more. And something that Spirit wants to point out is to bring your attention to your encounters with your twin flame, because really, yeah, maybe I have to begin a little bit differently. So there is a core wound that you have, and you share this core wound with your twin flame. You both of you have this wound. And why? Because it's a wound that is on the soul level. Yeah, so you bring it into your individual lives, and this wound plays out in your individual lives, but it's still the same at the core, right? And if you heal that, then your twin flame is healing as well, because it's healed at the soul level. So yeah, and that's basically something that is very important, because what I have discovered is that with energy work, you can basically do tons, yeah? And so what is important is to receive the guidance. To receive the guidance, where do I need to go next? What is the next thing for me to resolve, and also communicate to spirit what you want to achieve. For example, harmonious twin flame union, because that is very, very critical, because you can go anywhere, right? You can go anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. You can go down, you can go up, you can go left, you can go right, you can stay stuck, you can do anything, right? It's you who decides that. So that is something that is very, very important, of course, committing to your union. And yeah, and when you will always, in all the stages, have encounters with your twin flame, either in person, or you're on the phone, or sending text messages, or whatever it is, because you would need, or your soul, the communication between you and your twin flame is basically always something that is happening at the soul level. So to me, it always feels like the soul is pushing me to the side and go, now I am talking, right? I am talking now. And so I sometimes say things where I don't know where they're even coming from. And also I wonder why my twin flame is saying certain things. Like, why is he saying that anyway? And what was that, right? And so I think both of us, my twin flame and I, we both had repeatedly those moments of, what was that? What was that, right? Or even in our own lives, what we go through, what we choose, what was that? Yeah, it's the soul. It's the soul playing out, either reacting to it, not reacting to a trigger, but orchestrating a trigger moment, right? So that the other person is triggered, or that you get triggered. And so that's all happening at the soul level, and every bit of information that you get from your twin flame is important. There is basically no small talk. It's not happening, right? So that's at least my perspective. I have also like not. I've never heard this of twin flames, right? That there are twin flames that do a lot of talking. I don't know. I think this comes at a certain point, right? When you're like starting to maybe, I don't know when this starts, but when you are like still in the process on the twin flame journey and not in harmonious union, as where I am, right? I'm like still in the process because I need to find out about the process. I need to go through all of this very carefully and like finding out what this is and what needs to be done. Then my perspective is that's really the conversation between souls. So everything is important, everything, and also your twin flame pointing out things to you. For example, every little detail is important. Like, I cannot give you an example, but for example, if I can talk about myself, right? My own journey. So my core wound at the soul level is fear of abandonment, and of course this played out in a major way in my life, and where it showed is it showed up also as a block in the throat chakra. So, and my twin flame, for him, the fear of abandonment showed up in other ways, but still he also has a block at the throat chakra. So it's funny, right? Now, I choose, for example, to do this channel here on YouTube. So I'm working with my voice. So I'm also like making like all kinds of experiences with voicing my truth, with putting myself out there, basically with the means of my voice, yeah. So that's interesting. I think that's very interesting that this is linked, right? That I'm working in the area of my wound because my soul wants to resolve that. My soul wants to heal that, basically. My soul wants to give me the opportunity also to see certain things clearly, right? So if you're like, for example, not getting commitment from your twin flame, or your twin flame is not voicing certain things, then he could have a block at the throat chakra, and so are you. Yeah. So that's interesting, and it stays on the soul level. The wound will stay present unless you resolve it, right? And that's what we really have to do. That's where we really have to get to the core there. And also, the throat chakra, basically what I saw with my throat chakra is that there were cords tied to the throat chakra. And I had also to ask Archangel Michael then to cut those negative cords. We're not negative cords, we're negative cords, but we're basically chakra cords, right? And the wound that I experienced in this lifetime then also manifested for me on the cellular level DNA, because I'm a woman, yeah, I have the ovaries, and basically it will also then be given to the next generation. Yeah. And as some of you know, I have a child, so I would also, of course, need to clear that and make sure that this does not stay with my child and with further generations and so forth. Whereas the men or the male twins, they usually don't have that on the cellular level DNA, but they carry it somewhere else in the body. So yeah, and that's so interesting how those things are intertwined once we're dealing with wounds that are at the soul level, right? And that's where we need to deal with them. We need to deal with them at that level as well. And we need to have the bigger picture, and we also need to know how we get there. And we also need to see what other issues, because you heard me talk about the onion, yeah? What other issues are there that we need to resolve before we maybe get to that core? Or could we start by clearing that core? What would that do, right? So that's something that I'm finding out at the moment in my work and with clients. And it's just want to see if there is something else that I want to tell you. Yeah, for example, this core wound for your divine counterpart. Or not only for your divine counterpart. It's of course it's very individual, but it's most likely then at the soul level, as I said. But it's also like because there is an experience with that wound in this lifetime, mostly when we are children, right? Where this wound is activated, or where this wound manifests in some way, and then we have a block, as I said, somewhere, right? And so this is somewhere in the energy body, related to a chakra, as I see it. And of course chakras are related to organs. And so, for example, if this wound is affecting the heart chakra, then it could also be that someone has problems around that area, right? So I'm not a doctor, and if anyone has suffers from anything, of course you should always address a physician, but I'm just saying, right? This is also like energy that is playing out in certain areas, and it's worth exploring, right? It's worth exploring and just gathering experience, whether it's like improving things or not. Yeah. But as I said, that should never replace seeing a doctor. Of course, you should go and see a doctor if you feel unwell in your body. Yeah. What else? What else is there to say? I think those were basically the messages that came through. I'm pretty excited because I found out so many things around those core wounds. So I don't know how I'm going about it. Of course, this is part of the sessions, also the one-on-one sessions. But yeah, let me know if you would want to check out your core wound and the core wound of your twin flame, and just see what this is. Maybe I can make a special offer around a kind of a mini session in relation to that. Let's see, because I'm also curious. So yeah, let me know if you would like to find out, and maybe I'll put out a special offer regarding this in January. You can also always subscribe to my newsletter. That's the link to the free meditation in the description box, and I always put special offers out there from time to time as well. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. As always, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, and I see you in the next one. Bye for now.